Everyone, this is David, MSOM 612, coming to you today from the Hawk's Nest. I think all of you know, you've probably seen videos from me about the Seattle Seahawks, so it's getting close to football season. And the third story of our place here in Dallas, we call the Hawk's Nest. It's where our kids come over, other people who are interested in seeing the Seahawks play. We actually signed up for DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket just because we're able to see the Seahawk games here in Dallas. So again, welcome Module 3 preview. Oh, by the way, let me just pan this over here. That is our Starbucks mug trees. We have, there are more than that, but we have about 100 Starbucks mugs from different cities around the world. We started that obsession about midway through our travels, and now whenever we go to a city that has a Starbucks, we will get a Starbucks mug from that city and bring it back. So, not sure why I told you that, but anyway, that's Starbucks mugs here in the Hawk's Nest. Let's talk about Module 3. Module 3 deals with internal analysis for your strategic plan. Some people may think what you did last week is more complex for companies to do, is to look at the external analysis because you're not as familiar with it. I mean, there are things that are beyond your control that you try and think about, that you try and anticipate. But I happen to be on the other side of the fence on this one. I think sometimes that internal analysis is the most difficult because it requires you to be honest with yourself and honest with your organization. Too often I've seen companies who will, in the internal analysis phase of that, have a laundry list of strengths. They'll say, what are you strong at? Well, you know, we're strong at all these things. Now tell me about your weak areas or your weaknesses. And it's kind of like, And they may come up with one or two. And to me, that's an opportunity for you to really look at yourself in the mirror, and focus on those things. So to me, that is the bigger challenge in strategic planning, is to take an honest look at yourself. So think about that as you go through this particular week. The discussion board this week talks about sustainability. And when you think about that, the internal analysis that you will do will look at your strengths and weaknesses. And if you look at it from the perspective of, will those strengths sustain us during difficult times? Will it be something that will keep us in business down the road? Then I think you're taking a much more honest look at that. And so remember, sustainability in this sense is not the same as the ecological sustainability and those things. This is about sustaining your business and your business over a period of time. So don't get those two confused. So that's the discussion board this week. The course project asks you to do an internal analysis for the company that you've chosen. Again, I ask you to be very specific on these and to be very honest as you approach those things, from leadership all the way down through product mix, approaches in the marketplace, those types of things as well, okay? And then you did a much better job this week on the journals. I appreciate that, and I gave you some specific feedback that hopefully you will find compelling for you. But think about this from Module 3. I'm going to ask you to be honest with yourself. What are your personal strengths? What are your personal weaknesses? And what are those things that you need to be aware of and you need to work on? Because let's face it, if you're not honest with yourself, then you set misguided expectations. And when you have misguided expectations, you typically will disappoint yourself, all right? And perhaps those around you. Hope you have a great week. And if you need me, contact me. Go Seahawks.